All right. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Matt Bauscher, how you doing today?
Doing good. How are you doing, Tom?
Man, doing great, doing great. Well, thanks for jumping on and joining us, Matt. I know you are busy. This is in a series of moving out of California. And then the first one, we chatted with Chris Waters from Texas. A lot of people moving to Texas. Last week, we spoke with the Nevada broker. So today it's Idaho, Boise, Idaho. So today, for those of you that don't know Matt, he's been in the real estate business for almost a decade. He's a top producer, has a team, and he just really helps all of our clients, people that are moving to Idaho. He's helped many of our clients move to Idaho, make it smooth. So, well, cool. Hey, Matt, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tom. Born and raised in Boise. I graduated at Boise State right here in the middle of, right along the Boise River, and then went 6 years and played professional basketball across the pond in Europe, and knew I wanted to get into real estate. So I moved back home, and me and my wife have 2 kids and been running wild in this crazy industry. And Boise has, since the year we got back, Boise has been upward trending nonstop, and it's been a fun ride.
Man, that's awesome. Well, I'm going to unpack that pro basketball a little bit. What correlation is there from you playing pro basketball to your business and real estate?
I learned more playing basketball in college and pro than I ever learned from any of my bachelor or master classes. That's for sure. I mean, it's competition, discipline, follow-up, teamwork. I mean, the list goes on. And, it's a lot of the hard work and grind, and it's a tough industry. I mean, especially right now. I mean, Boise has the lowest inventory in the United States. We have a total of 3 days of inventory.
3 days? Oh, my gosh.
3 days.
Wow. That's super low. So, yeah, so let's unpack that. Where are those buyers coming from other than California?
The California is definitely the top migrant coming this way, and Northern California even more than Southern California. I'm getting good at my geography. I think I know every single town in the whole state now. But a lot of people are actually coming from Seattle, Portland, and Denver. Those are 3 areas where Denver, all those people are a little upset that, Boise's what Denver was 20 years ago, and they're trying to get, the outdoor feel and the different 4 seasons of climate. Some people are coming for political reasons or lifestyle or cost of living, but everybody has their own reasons.
Yeah. So, well, let's talk a little bit more about, the benefits of Idaho and Boise and some of the culture, the climate, the recreation, all the above.
Boise is an amazing city. So a lot of people come here for the outdoors. It's a lot like Austin, where a river runs through it and you can run on the river and exercise and bike and jog. And obviously Boise's the capital, and it's a huge college town like Austin. Only about 250,000 people actually live in the city, but what we call the surrounding area is the Treasure Valley. We thought gold was here, so they named it the Treasure Valley. But there's about 750,000 people in the greater Boise area. And it's 4 beautiful seasons. It's winter now, but you don't need snow tires. And then fall and spring are my 2 favorite seasons. The leaves are all changing colors and all that, and very low humidity, which is nice compared to Texas or down south. Lower taxes, very financially responsible here. We have one of the most responsible budgets in the nation, and actually a surplus. Lower property taxes, which people tend to gravitate to, and all that. But Boise's a great place. It's not something on the map. It's definitely not a tourist attraction, but you come and it's kind of like fine wine.
I love it, man. That's great. So when you have time, what do you do with your spare time? What do you do for fun with all of those nice recreational venues?
In the winter, so there's 4 ski resorts within 2 hours. And I know you've probably heard of Sun Valley, where all the celebrities are at, but then you got McCall, and Tamarac's one of the fastest growing resorts in the country right now. It's only 100 miles from here. And then Bogus Basin, 14 miles from downtown Boise, you have an amazing ski hill. So we try to go skiing on the weekends, or sledding or snowmobiling during the winters. And then there's a lot of fishing and hunting and rafting. wakeboarding, there's lakes, a lot of golf course, but hikes. Everybody likes to be outdoors. It's a very, very athletic and outdoor lifestyle.
Man, that sounds, you know what? My wife, she's watching this right now. She's bugging me. Come on, let's move to Idaho. Let's move to Idaho. So how about the golf? Isn't there also some pretty good golf there? I've always heard about, where is it? How far is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, where they've got that floating island? That's in my book.
It's up north, so it's quite a bit. I mean, it's an hour flight up to Spokane and a little drive over, or it's about a 7-hour drive, so it's a little further. But there's 3 country clubs here in the valley that are all really, really nice. One, they have a golf tournament every year. The Corn Ferry tournament is there at Hillcrest, and Crane Creek is beautiful. It's set in the Boise foothills. But there's a lot of public courses. You can play golf here with a golf cart for $60 on a really nice course.
Nice. Do you get out much? Are you a golfer?
Oh yeah. I'm not as good as I should be, but I'm high 80s type golfer.
Well, I think we'd have fun together. You know, my problem with golf is, you know, that hole with the windmill and the door that keeps opening. Timing, man. Anyway, crazy. So, you know, anyone that is, we have so many people that are moving out of California. We have a process and a system. And of course, the first thing is there's 5 things that people really need to identify when they're moving out of state. And this is kind of the macro level. You know, the first step is meet with a professional, either myself or someone else, to really evaluate your home's equity. You need to know, and the value of your home. You need to know how much you have to work with. Step number 2 is narrow it down to the top 3 locations that you'd like to move to, and then go visit those locations. I would recommend, as opposed to just sight unseen. Number 3 is to meet with an agent, meet with a professional in those areas that you're looking at. Number 4 is talk to your financial professional, your affordability, obviously your lender, make sure you have the pre-approval. And then number 5 is put your home on the market and get it sold. And then of course, from there, you know, we have a 20-step process. It's a 20-step checklist for moving out of state. But Matt, maybe you could chat a little bit more. Do you see people coming out and visiting first, or are they just moving out there carte blanche?
Definitely both. We've had so many people buy sight unseen, and it always makes me nervous because you want them to love it as much as they do over the FaceTime or video. But I think you're spot on. I think the best process is to come out, have a tour, have a trip, make sure you enjoy the different areas, you enjoy the city, the climate, the people, everything Boise has to offer. Nowadays, you can find so much on the internet you couldn't 20 years ago. So I'm sure most of our clients are researching a lot, but then they have to know what they're going to list their house out of state, what it's going to sell for, so they know what funds and budget they're going to have here. If you have to sell a house out of state, you will not, and it's a contingency, you have no chance in this market. I always say, you're giving me a butter knife to go to a gunfight. So if you can leverage selling your house there and leverage a rent back where you have cash in hand and you can, you know, be competitive here, or, you know, you get a rental house here, but you have to be ready. I mean, as soon as the house hits the market, you got to have a great agent who's aggressive, and you have to know what you want because it's going to be gone quick.
Yeah, for sure. One side note, and I always recommend to work with an agent or a professional that has a guarantee sale program, which I do have. You know, I buy homes all the time. I just recently purchased a home for that very same reason, and they were moving to Idaho, and Matt helped them. I bought their home, so they had the cash. They had a 30-day free rent back, so they could make that smooth move seamlessly. But with the low inventory there, well, let me ask, where are the people from Boise moving to when they list their home?
So that's what my daily struggle. I mean, I go on 2 or 3 listing appointments a day, and they're always like, where am I going to go? And my thoughts to them is, hey, let's get top dollar. Let's try to sell your house. And then if you're willing to make a move, whether you need more square footage or less square footage, or you'll go further out west, You have a chance to make a tax-free profit, pay off debt. And we've lost some people to Montana and Wyoming where they're not as expensive as here. Yesterday, my listing appointment, they're going to rent or buy a nice RV and travel the United States for a year. And other people are going to move to an island. So it's all different reasons, but that's the hard thing is people love it here. I mean, so convincing them to sell is the issue. And that's why we have such a bottleneck of inventory right now of more people wanting homes than are available.
Yeah, definitely. So, and I know as far as COVID, I know that you take precautions with COVID. How has COVID impacted your state and your market there?
COVID actually had an adverse effect. So for about 2 weeks, everything was really, we were on lockdown and stay-at-home order. And then the governor named the essential businesses, which was quite a few of them, the majority of them. And we were showing houses 2 weeks after the pandemic, just being very cautious and safe and sanitary. But what happened was a lot of people put their house they froze selling their house because they were, a stay-at-home order. Well, all the out-of-state people who saw that maybe our schools and businesses were going to be open, they started coming in and saying, oh my God, that's where I want to live. And then our Achilles heel has always been, we don't have high paying jobs. Well, when COVID kind of exposed that you can work from home or work remotely and still be, very productive, people are able to have their California or Seattle paying jobs and live here at a lower cost of living. It became a no-brainer.
Yeah, absolutely. So what can someone buy there? What's the median price? And then maybe you could give an example of what that will buy for someone.
The median price here in Ada County, which is Boise, Eagle, and Meridian, is about $450,000. And in Canyon County, if you go out a little further west, which is Nampa, Caldwell, Middleton, it's about $375,000. And you're going to get a nice house for $450,000. I mean, it's going to be probably 4-bedroom, 2-bath, in the 2,000 square foot range, depending on condition and age and lot size and all that. But for $500,000, you're going to get a nice house out here.
Nice. Awesome. So how do people get a hold of you? What's the best way to reach out?
Bauscher Real Estate's my website. Matt Bauscher. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all that. Write me, talk to me. I'm always open if you have questions about schools or parks or any of that kind of stuff.
Well, that's awesome. Hey, well, any final words here, Matt, as we kind of wind down for people?
No, thanks, Tom, for everything you've done. Everybody you've sent me, it's been a great experience. And I know anybody I send your way, you're going to take great care of.
Well, you're a great professional. It's an honor to work with you, and we'll continue our relationship. And hey, thanks everyone for joining us today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to either Matt or myself, and we'll serve you with all your needs. So thanks again. See you, Matt.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Yeah.